Do you know that some experts anticipate more changes in the next 10 years than what happened over the last 100 years? Think about it. Think about the amount of transformation, innovation that we have experienced over the past century. The internet, the smartphone, the high-speed train, the space exploration, and so on and so forth. Now, can you imagine the same amount of disruption and change in just 10 years? Big changes are coming. Either you want it or not, you need to adjust. As Eric Chinseky said, if you dislike change, you're going to dislike irrelevance even more. So, in the face of such a rapid evolution, what is your plan? In other words, what is your strategy? Now, I was astonished to see this Harvard Business Review article written by my former colleagues at PwC and Strategy M, stating that only 8% of top leaders are good at both strategy definition and strategy execution. 8% only. It means that 92% of them are not good at what is arguably the most important part of the job, which is to craft and successfully implement the strategy of the business, isn't it? But after 20 years working in this field, I came to the conclusion that everybody loves strategy, everybody. But few people understand what strategy really means. For these top leaders, strategy usually means an annual offsite somewhere in a beautiful venue where they think out of the box, they drink out of the box, they come out with the most disruptive idea. It's fantastic. Probably that's the same people go back to the office on Monday and they continue with business as usual, as if nothing happened. We call that the workshop hangover. Then the same leaders during the same workshop will love to use complex buzzwords. If you remember 1 or 2 years ago, we had to build the metaverse. I don't know what happened to the metaverse, by the way, but it doesn't matter because this year it's all about artificial intelligence. And next year, make a guess, we will have to build nanotechnologies, accelerate our ESG strategy, or jump into machine learning. But wait a second. Strategy is not a collection of trendy methodologies. I call that the buzzword bingo. And don't get me wrong, all these tools, these technologies sound amazing to me, but they are just a means to an end. In strategy, you don't implement artificial intelligence for the sake of artificial intelligence. In strategy, you pick a few levers hoping to achieve certain outcomes. Some of these outcomes might be very trendy and fancy, fair enough. But more often, believe me, more often they are not. And that's perfectly fine. What comes next is that our leaders will crystallize, will summarize the different strategic input into the sacrosanct mission and vision. Sounds amazing, right? It looks amazing printed on the wall. But be careful here because strategy is not a wishful thinking exercise. If you aim to change the world, you need to figure out how are you going to get there. If not, you don't have a strategy. I'm sorry to say, you have a decorative strategy, perhaps, at best. And then finally, the strategy team or the strategy consultants will compile all the strategy into a thick 500-page document. Actually, the thicker, the better, and the more complex, the better too. It looks like the quality of the strategy should be measured by kilograms or number of pages. Well, I believe it's time to burn your complex documents that nobody really understands anyway, and rather focus on strategic clarity, relevance, and impact. So now you're going to ask me, how should you build your strategy and avoid these pitfalls? Well, I believe strategy follows a very simple process, in fact. I'm not saying it's easy to build a great strategy because clearly it's not. But all strategies must follow the same 3-step process. Step 1, understand. Understand what makes your organization unique. Understand your strengths and weaknesses. Understand the forces taking place within your industry. Understand the trends shaping the future of our world. Once you understand the world in which you operate, you're ready to move to step 2 and aspire. Craft your moonshots. But don't tell me that you want your organization to be successful. Don't tell me that you want to be the best or the leader, the number one. Wrong way. Instead, tell me what success will look like for your organization in 5, 10, or 20 years. What do you aspire for you, for your clients, or for society? What is your deep purpose? So explore the art of the possible and craft that unique moonshot. Once this is clear for you, you're ready to move to step 3 and bridge the gap. Bridge the gap between what is the current world and what could be your design moonshot. It's time to build your rockets. Tell me if you want to put 1 or 2 engines. Who is going to be the pilots? What's the trajectory? And so on and so forth. This plan must help you to focus on what you need to transform, to move into the right direction step by step until you reach your strategic moonshot. But there is a trick. To succeed, you need to drop everything else, all these important matters, all these urgent meetings, all these steps that keeps you busy, that keeps you away from tackling your organizational transformation. You need to be obsessed with your transformational roadmap. You need to be sure that nothing distracts you. You need to be sure that all your financial resources, human resources, your organization's efforts and actions are 100% focused towards reaching your end goal. And that's it. You have a strategy. It can be well documented, or it can be just a clear plan in the mind of the CEO. Doesn't matter. Still is strategy. Now I got a question for you. Who is strategy for? People tend to believe that strategy is for big corporations. And they're right. Strategy is for big corporations. They have been using that extensively over the years, and rightly so. But what about your public entities, your medium-sized company, your startup? If you are the owner of a startup, don't you want this brilliant idea to hit the stars? Yeah, so you need a strategy, right? But let's put business aside. Let's move one step further. What about, I don't know, your football club? You want to win the local championship because this is your strategic moonshot. Now, put a plan together, put a strategy together so you can win it and bring the cup back home. And make a guess. The same applies to your charity, to your school, or to your cinema club. Strategy is valuable for all these entities, definitely. But let's put organizations aside. Let's move one step further. And here comes the big questions for you guys. Here comes a $1 million question. What is your personal strategy? What is your life strategy? And I'm not kidding. I see so many people in life working so hard, but still confused, frustrated, or worse, unhappy. I see them stuck in the hedonic treadmill, stuck in the rat race, without a clear strategic destination in life. Henry David Thoreau said something very true. He said, it's not enough to be busy. So are the ants. The question is, what are you busy about? So I urge you to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to really understand what makes you unique. What are your strengths? What are your talents? Where do you excel at? What are your passions? Why do you take pleasure in life? Take time to understand that well. If you do so, then you're ready to move to step 2 and aspire. Engage in an honest conversation with your future self, you in 20 or 30 years, and ask that guy, what do you aspire for in life? And don't tell me that you want to be rich, successful, and famous. No. Too easy, wrong way. Rather tell me what success will look like for you. Did you always want to be the next Frida Kahlo, Nelson Mandela, or Steve Jobs? Or perhaps what you want is to contribute to your community well-being, to protect the planet, to build a happy family. I mean, I don't know. The choice is yours. This is your deep purpose. This is your life moonshot. But once this is clear, guys, no more excuses. You must move to step 3 and bridge the gap. Bridge the gap between what is your current world, your current self, and what could be. That's life moonshot. You need to be sure that all your skills, your talents, your energy, your time are fully dedicated towards reaching your life moonshots. So you can craft a journey towards personal fulfillment. And that's it. You have a strategy, a life strategy. Congrats. But here's my advice. Like an organization, you need to be sure that nothing distracts you from reaching your end goal. Like an organization, you need to be obsessed with your transformational roadmap. So put aside your phone, stop the social media, and embark on your personal transformation. Also keep in mind that most of your initiatives will most probably fail. Nothing personal against you. It's just a statistical fact. But don't give up on your dream. Someone said, if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, not the goal. Burn another rocket until you reach that moonshot. So in conclusion, my message to you is that strategy has become this concept increasingly complex, full of buzzwords and jargon, and I want to challenge that. Remember that strategy is accessible to everyone, from the CEO of a top organization down to the normal man and woman crossing the streets. You just need to keep in mind the 3-step process: understand, aspire, and bridge. But more importantly, strategy is not only accessible to all of us, strategy is critical to all of us. It is crucial that we embrace the transformative power of strategy. So I implore you, I beg you, take the leadership, craft your life strategy, and soar beyond the confines of self-limitation. Because the sky is not the limit. That's just the beginning. Thank you.